It's nice to win a game, after the losing streak that we had. But we obviously realize that conference season is right around the corner. It's in 2 days, and we have to play better. And we got to commit. I told the guys if they commit to being unselfish, being a great teammate, and being willing to defend, we have a chance. And obviously, we've played a good non-conference slate, so we're going to see teams that are just as good as Loyola Chicago, Valparaiso, and those kind of things. So we've seen some really good opponents, and we realize what it's going to take to win those games, and it's closing out the last 5 or 6 minutes without turning it over and getting stops. And tonight we had some unforced turnovers again. We got sloppy, but I do like the field goal percentage. I like how we rebounded the ball. Obviously, we had a height advantage. Most games this year we have not had a height advantage for the most part, and did a nice job on the boards. I thought we played hard at times. I thought we really sat down and tried to defend in the second half, but the turnovers led them to some fast break points. I really wanted to try and hold them under 20 points in the half, just to say we did it, and we got down the stance and really took pride. And I think they did, but a few things happened where they made some tough shots. And I can live with that. And I told them that. So just looking forward to getting conference play started and seeing if these guys can keep it going.
After where the defense has been the last couple of weeks, to see them stand up against a team like that tonight, how happy are you?
Yeah, I thought they drove us way too easily, and our length bothered their shots. And so we still had to come over and help. And we told them from the time we started talking about Greensboro College yesterday, they're smaller, they're going to try and drive us. So we have to be ready. And they would take 2 dribbles by the time we would get into a stance in the first half. In the second half, I do think we made more of an effort to guard the drives, and we did a good job. They did call a couple fouls, and I can live with that. And obviously, just in transition, it's hard to stop anybody. So I think we made some strides. We tried some different defenses, which we've tried in the past, and not that they worked or not, but it just sort of changed it up a little bit. And so that's always good to see, just some change up. But I do like 20 assists in the game, but still 19 turnovers is too many.
What did you think of the zone when you did play it? Didn't play it a ton, but what did you think of it when it was out there?
I thought we did a nice job of being long and active. After a few possessions, they sort of figured it out, and they attacked it a little bit better. But they got the ball where they can hurt us in the zone, and so when they get it there, if they have a person that can make that play, which they did, number 12 is a pretty good mid-range guy. It makes it difficult. Sometimes it might be a big guy and he can't make that play, and so we did work on the zone the last couple of days, and I liked us getting to the spots that we needed to defend. So that was encouraging. How much we'll use it, I don't know, depending on the personnel of the other teams.
You talked about those unforced turnovers, but offensively, you guys were very patient when you got into your sets, where probably you could have gotten easier shots early in the shot clock, but was it a conscious effort to make sure, let's run our sets and do things the way we're going to for the rest of the year?
No, I don't think it was a conscious effort. Obviously, I tell them every time, if we're on a break opportunity and there's somebody back guarding you, don't try and force it. And we did force it a couple times and turned it over. And the other times we just sort of dribbled off to the side and ran our stuff. I always want to give the defense a chance to make a mistake. And if we have some good action and good movement, they might make a mistake. We do. Sometimes if we get matched up and in the first 5 seconds, we're pretty good. But after 12 seconds of movement and screening, somebody might fall down, somebody might hit the screen, you might get an open shot. And so I think, yes, I don't know if there's a conscious effort, but we were definitely more patient. And they were doing a nice job pressuring us. They were overplaying, so we couldn't run our secondary as quick as we normally do. But that didn't necessarily slow us down. It just made us run some other stuff.
It seemed like Jay wasn't afraid to take shots tonight. Is that something that he and Jeffrey need to go moving forward to be more confident with those shots?
Yeah, as long as they're good shots. We want to get paint touches. On kickouts, I don't mind them shooting whenever they're open. But he definitely was more aggressive. He was more aggressive attacking off the dribble. The last few games he's been dribbling just to pass and nobody's open, and so he's not even looking to take it to the basket. Now he was attacking to go to the basket, and if somebody slid over, he's a good enough player that he can make that play. He always has been. And I sat with him in the El Paso airport when we were waiting for our flight because it got delayed a little bit, and I just told him, I said, you need to start driving, being aggressive. because you're a good basketball player, and you're going to make the right play when somebody comes over and helps. When you start driving, looking around to see who to pass it to, you're not making the right play right now. And so I think he came out with a more of a aggressive mindset, and it worked for him.
The bench came alive tonight, and that's something you've been looking for a long time, a bench that contributes a little bit more. Just thoughts on that?
Yeah, obviously, Jock Key in that kind of game and up and down tempo with people around his size, he's pretty good, and he can make things happen. He did a good job other than some of the turnovers. And like we talked about, Jay did a nice job. Trey Klein was obviously taller than anybody else, so if we could get it into him, and if he didn't bring it down to their level, he had a good chance of scoring. Every time he kept it up, he scored. Every time he brought it down, it was almost turnover. Even on his rebounds, on the defensive rebounds, he'd get it, he'd bring it down here, they'd take it from him. So obviously our size advantage did work out.
You move into conference play starting Saturday. How important was this game, building that confidence, getting a win, and just mentally being fresh?
Yeah, obviously I think it was important. I think having 3 straight games at home is important. We haven't had that since I've been here. And I think just being at home, winning, having good thoughts. But I told them we got to go to bed thinking about a couple things, that we got to get better and then work on tomorrow or practice getting ready for Delaware, because you guys know it as well as I do. Conference season, no matter what conference you're in, when you get to conference season, it's a whole nother animal. The intensity picks up. You play against those teams non-conference wise that might be better than people in your conference, but it's not like a conference game. Conference games are a whole nother level, and our freshmen are going to figure that out pretty quickly. But our returning players know it, and I told them after the game, I was like, you guys know? And they're like, oh yeah, we know. So we got to start building that mentality going into Saturday's game.
No Jordan today, but definitely Saturday.
I wouldn't say definitely Saturday. No. I'm going to see what he can do tomorrow, and not do too much, and just see it. It's just a hamstring. You don't. It's sort of like Jaquel when he had the calf injury. You don't know how long it's going to take to heal. Some guys heal quicker than others, and obviously you need your hamstring. Jordan Talley needs his hamstring to push the ball the way he needs to attack for us. And if he's limping around there, he's not real effective. And so we're trying to hold him out as long as we can until he feels like he's 100%. So I don't know. I'd say 50-50 right now.
With that in mind, Jeff seems to have played his way into a lot more minutes, some starts the last 2 games and stuff. What has he done to kind of put himself in that position? What's he shown you?
Yeah, I think Jeffrey Gary's done a great job probably the last 3 or 4 games. Other than today, he wasn't real aggressive today. He made shots, don't get me wrong, but he was doing a nice job of getting us into our offense, no matter who we were playing. And today, I think just their pressure, the little guys pressuring him, he couldn't get where he needed to get us into our offense. But he's done a great job, and I hope he's got some confidence from that. And I know he works really hard on the shot on his own time. But in practice, he's done a nice job leading that teal group when Jordan's been out. And, we hope everybody gets confidence from this game and going forward.
Are you surprised at all at his development, the speed that he's developed at? Because I think coming in, people would have looked at him and Jay and thought Jay might have developed quicker than Jeff would have.
Yeah, and that's just the way it works. You can try and predict things for freshmen. You can try and predict things for sophomores, coming from their freshman year. And you never know how it's going to turn out. It's like anything you predict. You hope that they progress quicker than you imagined. Is Jeffrey doing better than I had anticipated at this time after I recruited him? Probably is, and he's doing a lot better after the first couple of weeks. Who got him ready to play is Jordan Talley. Guarding Jordan Talley every day in practice, it made Jeffrey a better player. Jordan Talley guarding and pestering Jeffrey Gary every day in practice made him a better player, and that got him ready for these type of situations.